Have you ever been disappointed as a leader? Yes, there are some who were disappointed as leaders. Hello and welcome. My name is Blessing Machona, coming to you from MelVee Video Productions, and we are giving you the leadership pulpit where we draw nuggets from the book of Judges regarding leadership. And today our discussion is anchored on verse 19 of chapter 1. And the title is Divine Appointments May Suffer Disappointments. Verse 19. And the Lord was with Judah, and they drove out the mountaineers, but they could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. This is a very interesting text. We find here Judah, conquering a lot of other nations, territories in Canaan rather. He conquered Jerusalem, he conquered Adoni-Bezek, and he slaughtered Adoni-Bezek. He conquered a lot of territories, including those that were in the mountains, according to this text. And this text is also telling us that the Lord was with Judah. What an interesting background to know that the Lord was with Judah. But it is also a paradox that Judah could not drive away the inhabitants of the valley, in spite of the fact that the Lord was with him. It doesn't mean that in all divine appointments we will not suffer failure. In the school of afflictions, it is where we learn to depend on the Lord. Leaders may suffer setbacks. They may suffer disappointments. They may do great things. They may accomplish great things. Like the book says in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 20, Erastus stayed in Corinth, but Trophimus have I left in Miletus sick. You know, Paul did a lot of things for the gospel. You remember at one point, the sick had to be brought just by the shadow of Paul, and they were healed. You remember the experience even in Malta, where, Paul just, he shrugged off a snake off his hand. He did a lot of things. But in verse 20 here, we are seeing that a leader is getting disappointed. He says, I have left Trophimus sick. There are some things that we may not win as leaders. There are some failures that we are going to have, but that doesn't mean that God is not with us. It simply means that we have seasons where we appreciate that we need divine guidance. May God be with you, that you appreciate that divine appointments may suffer disappointments. God be with you.